Hello, this is a branch vlog for 0.2.4.3. It is the third time I'm recording it because the first time I've reinstalled Windows and I got the frames wrong. It was really stuttery, and the second time I don't know, a bit rusty. So, start with the bugs. This one's to do with the animation blueprint for enemies. Previous one's animation blueprint for the NPCs. First bug, static enemies currently only attack on the left side. Yep. So there's currently an issue where if an enemy isn't moving but their AI is doing something, well, regardless of the AI doing something or not, if their movement speed is 0, they never um, look to the left, look to the right. So it would almost like you were being like those arms wouldn't move, for example. If I could show you a quick example of it. Right, so that though it can move now, so this will just trigger as it's meant to, the whole AI logic. Because its speed is 0, it won't flip. You see, so watch, it attacks from the right. And I go to the right. Worms have got in the way. It attacks from the right either way. If I put it to like 0.1, he attacks from the left. And if I go like that, he attacks from the right.
Danger.
Yeah, so the bug is essentially it doesn't flip unless there is the smallest smidgen amount of movement speed. This enemy is supposed to move very slowly, so I put him on 5, so it's irrelevant. However, enemies that are on true 0 can't move. It is how I've coded it. I need it to kind of flip the rotation regardless. I haven't quite done that, but to get around the bug, I've realised that technically I want these two to move anyway, very slowly, and the only thing that truly doesn't move is the plant. So you see the plant's on 40, but I've set its can't move to true. So even if it's got movement speed, it kills it. It just, if you look on the top right, it says, uh, if you look where I've clicked actually, it says abort self, so it'll just kill it. If can't move is true, kill it. So it is a bug still, but the only thing that truly doesn't move, the only thing that doesn't move doesn't need a left looking sprite because the plant is just a plant. Um, See, the plant's not going to be looking at you, is it? It's just going to do that. So, it is technically solved in the sense that I found a way around it, but not proper solved in terms of code. Next one, enemies don't always do attack animation. Right, I'll do my best to not dive too deep into the animation blueprint logic because I'm going to discuss it on a slightly lower one. Let me just show you some stuff. So, if I go to the enemy, I need to pick a specific enemy so you can see what's going on. Let me pick this one. If I do right click and I pick specifically that child blueprint, um, what's going on here is it selects, depending on the number, it selects what animation you're doing, and the number is a combination of a few things. But in this case, this specific enemy, the split head one, wasn't doing the attack animation, and it was because it was set to 1. But you see, I'll go into it more detail, but all the zeros are uninjured. So RU is right uninjured, RI is right injured, RB is right badly injured. Because that was set to 1, it wasn't doing the attack. So if I show you something, if I go up to him now,
Hey.
see he's attacking me. I'm getting damage, but he's not doing the attack. If I set that to 0,
Hey, you.
does the attack. So it's essentially, it was going, can't find this number. Can't find this number you want, so I don't know what animation you want me to play. Like, can't find 0. So that was that fixed. Create placeholder injured variants. Yes, very old one because you see it's 900s. We're now in like 1500s. This is due to um, originally Medical Zombie was the first one to have like version 3 sprites. It's kind of like 3.3 now, and I didn't have any injured variants. I had like Idle, and that was it. Um, but now you see I've got like all the uninjureds, all the injureds, all the badly injured, and equally um, like just injured, so uninjured to injured and injured to badly injured. A bit more detail later, but essentially perfect health, perfect enemy. Less than perfect health, just injured. Less than 50% health or 35% health, just badly injured. And each time it ticks into past those thresholds, it does like an injured effect. Rather than just them appearing with injuries, you see like, there's like a blood splatter sort of thing. Very quick example I can show you now is, here we go, animation blueprint. Let's go to the animations on the top right. So I pick medical specifically because we're talking about it. Yeah, I had to do each one of these by hand. You've got uninjured to injured. You see there's like some little quirks where I need to iron it out. I drew hundreds of sprites all at once and overlaid things. So, but that's uninjured to injured. So let's say he starts off, so he's RU, isn't he? So right uninjured. So he would start off like that, and then this triggers once, like that. So it's not actually a bug actually, because that triggers once, and then we go to right it uninjured. If you keep an eye like that thing flashing on and off in his head, the cut. If I go to injured and we just want idle. Okay, in that case, there is a little bug, but you see now it holds it to idle, and then we'll have him get injured to badly injured. If I can just track it down, injured to badly injured. So now he looks like that. I've noticed his skin tone has changed a little bit. It's because I did a colour swap thing. I like quickly change all the colours. Let's see. So then we go to right idle. That's what he looks like. So you see there's transition pieces. That's what I'm talking about. The injured variants is kind of like these, but also like uninjured, even though they're zombies. Injured to badly injured. Those are the transition pieces. Talking about that one. Create animation blueprint variables for master enemy. Right. Sorry. I'll just clear my throat. Right, okay. It took me a little bit of time to understand how best to do this. But if I show you what I've done, it is here. That's a bad example. Let me pick medical one. Right. So what we have, sorry if you can hear whining, one of the dogs keeps on stretching and making noises and it's distracting me. So I need to, at the master blueprint level, I need to have a piece of code that selects the right animation regardless of style, regardless of amount of style, so skin variants, um, regardless of enemy. I need the master enemy blueprint, which is what you're seeing here, work for everything. So what I did was I looked at the maximum amount of skins or styles an enemy would have, and that is zombie medical. Zombie medical has 5, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So all I needed to do was gatekeep a range of numbers for uninjured, a range of numbers for injured, for badly, for just injured, for just badly injured. So zeros, so single digits, are uninjureds. 10 and like the tens are injureds. 20s are badly injured, but also 20s are shared with like death, which I need to upgrade this actually because I've done this. I haven't fully populated this since, but let me find a better example for you. 20s are death as well. So the animation, the blueprint runs a piece of code, looks at the style. If I find it here, it should be called style. Where is it? Where is it? Brain's not working. Style. It might be this one. So style is random. So you've got zombie medical. Pick a number from 0 max styles. So if it's zombie medical, it's 0 and 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different styles. If they don't have a separate style, then it's 0. So it's just pick a random number between 0 and 0. So that's 0. 1 second, sorry. Right, back now. So yeah, so if it's 0 and 0 if there's no styles. That's the style randomizer. Equally, I need a number for whether you're uninjured, injured, just badly injured. So I had to kind of understand how best to put all this together. And I do this with the, not the damage pass. It is with, I can't remember what I've named it. I will get there eventually. Oh, I know, I've hard coded it in a place. Right, so it is called ABP animation selector. So it kind of works back to front. So you know I said like 0 wasn't injured, 10's injured, 20's badly. That's in uninjured to injured, that's injured to badly injured. It's upside down simply because I don't want the code to start at the bottom. I want it to start at the worst case scenario and work backwards, which means logically in my head it means it won't try and run the, oh well you are injured, okay, yeah, oh but you are badly injured, okay, yeah. So you know, see, it's running those different animations each time. I want it to just run its worst case scenario. So if you're badly injured, you're going to be injured, but you don't want the injured animations, you want the badly injured animations. See where I'm coming from? That's why I flipped it. So style, if an easy way to describe it would be, if I, so zombie medical, that is style 0, medical bald. Medical hair is style 1. So if we just think 1 and 0, 0 and 1 for now. If you're just badly injured and your style is 1, then do 2, select the numbers 201. 201 is the combination style. 201 is the number that's passed through, and 201 is, go up, is bad, just badly injured or injured to badly injured medical hair, which is RB medical hair. That one. And let's say, okay, let's say you are style 2, which is the third one. Style 2 is medical black. This one, not black hole, but black. Let's say, I don't know, you've just, let's say you're completely uninjured. So logically, that would be, so you're not just badly injured, you're not just injured, you're not dead, you're not badly injured, because I said dead shares 20, doesn't it? You're not even injured. So you are 0 plus the style. What's the style? The style is 2, so that then becomes 2 for medical black idle, uninjured. That is 12 for, because you see it's 10 plus 2. See, so 0 plus 2, 10 plus 2, 20 plus 2, 100 plus 2, 200 plus 2, which then gives you medical black idle, injured medical black idle, badly injured medical black idle, just injured medical black idle, just badly injured medical black um, idle. And you see, that's what I'm talking about with these variables, how I've chopped them up, you see, regardless of whatever it is, because I've got a clean break at start and end, or like a threshold range. As long as I don't have an enemy that has more than 10 skins, which I don't, it's always going to be fine. And it would only ever not be fine because it would breach 10. So then I would need to, no, actually I'd need 11 skins. 0 to 10, that would be 11. So as long as essentially I didn't have an 11th skin or more than 10 variants of an enemy, this doesn't break, and I'm never going to have more than 10 variants. But equally, this is for 5 variant enemy, but let's pick a 2 variant enemy, which would be, I don't know, human human husk. It's got 2 variants, so you see 0 and 1, 10 and 11, 20 and 21, 100 and 101, 200, 201. You see where the logic is coming from? Realize I've scrolled it. There we go. That's that. That does the number. Looks at your injury, gives you a number for your damage, gives you a number at runtime for your style. Add them together. That selects. That gives you the integer. The integer selects which animation you want to pick. The animation is then played, and then that is how it all works. I'll show you what that looks like now. Let me pick that one. Bit loud, sorry. It's supposed to be death animation, but I realised I did the number. So you see, it's not perfect, but the logic does work. What you see where it repeats the injuries because I've essentially put it on a time-based loop for the enemies. I just need to streamline it perfect, but that's how it works. The reason why you're not seeing death animations is because I've probably done something in the animation blueprint where it's not running straight to death. It's doing some other weird combination here. So it is something I can fix. Some of them do straight death animations. What tends to happen is if I kill them and they don't do a death animation, if I walk into them and walk away, it'll play it. Never used to do that. Used to just play it. So I think I'm just giving it 2 answers to 1 question and it's getting confused. That was a long one, sorry. Next one, infected stage 1, idle, roam, hunt, no, yep. So you see these are stage 2, that's a stage 2, that's a stage 2. So essentially like freaks. We have general zombies. Let me just move these out the way. They both look blue, but they do have different skins. There you go, green and blue. Green and blue other way. Green and green. They're zombies, and they look like zombies. But that one on the right, his eyes are pink rather than red. But he essentially looks like the NPC because he's infected stage 1 David. But if I get NPC David and pop him in, you see what I mean? See, so similar but different. So you look at them, and the idea is you know David from before, so it kind of messes with you. It like you don't have like a second glance to go, wait a minute, is it actually a zombie? Obviously, once you know, you know. But yeah, AI for static enemies. Yes. So I created a variable which, if I go to this one, master, I created a variable called can move, um, and it runs. I've not really plugged it in the best place, but I have a variable that says can't move, and it's true, false, and if it's true, they can't move. But how that works is if this is essentially if it's not if they can't move, don't do move to. Just doesn't run the move to. It kills it. It just kills this logic. So because it never gets to that, and it never gets to that, it doesn't do anything. So that essentially it never runs the AI to move because this is set. If it's not set, it just behaves as if they can move. So you already saw what that meant. That's got can't move, even with speed. Even with putting its speed to 40, you saw the default speed, it still can't move. And it can
Hey,
see me.
over here. Hey, you.
You see, it can
Hey.
hear me and see me, but it can't move. Um, I realised something then though. If I pause it, I might be able to show you. You see, answer. You see the green lines? That's like its arc of vision, cone of vision. And I've realised because it can't move, obviously it's stuck looking right, but then its cone of vision is looking right. I'm thinking I'll have to tweak, customize the cone of vision. For this one, it'll have like maybe 360 vision. Meanwhile, for others, like these, you see their cone of vision moves, and that's fine because they're moving anyway. Um, hmm. But what I was talking about was, um, yeah, it's not moving, is it? And then if I do cat, wrong one. If I click on it and do can move, because its speed is set above 0, there you go, it's flying around,
Hey,
and it'll
over here.
follow me,
Hey.
and it'll behave like a normal enemy. So that, yeah, adding that variable gets then used by the AI. Lock NPC and enemies to 2D style. Yeah, so originally things were moving like this, rather than like right sprite, left sprite, up sprite, forward sprite for my character. So rather than like this for me, left, right, up. Oh, as you've seen them now, they're going left, they're going right, they're going left, they're going right, just like that, like that. They were kind of going on like that. Because the controller's fine, you can do hard left, hard right, easy. But the AI is controlling how they move, and the AI does like fractions. So, or it was doing like degrees. So in the end, how I fixed this was, if go to your enemy blueprint, that will be true. I did use controller rotation yaw false, which yaw, I think in this case, is it going like that? So rather than it taking like the angle, it kind of just goes, like complete left, complete right, like uh, like shear turns rather than like a curve where it's moving. I also did orient rotation to movement false. Then on the sprite specifically, so you see on the left done the sprite, I've got it to set the relative scale like this. Yours might be slightly different depending on what sort of like 2D. Technically, you could do 2D but facing that way and your camera's that way rather than 2D facing that way and your camera's that way. So potentially your axes could be different to mine, but play around with the numbers. That's what I've done. Um, yeah, and well, so that's what's the things. So that's my X. Left, right is my X. Y is forward, back. and Z, so blue, is up down on mine. So if yours is the same like that, then those figures will work. Um, yeah, this allows them to do like shear movement. Also works with the NPCs because that's the enemy version of it. Now let me get the NPC version of it. You see, identical. So NPC, enemy one, same. The difference is the NPCs do have roam, but the NPCs also work on patrol points. So if I type in like patrol, I add a patrol point in. Let me chuck one in. Can't see it. Why can't I see it? Don't know if I'm going blind. Maybe it placed it in the right place originally. Don't know why it's not showing me yet. Oh, because I pressed G. G is like game mode, but I've got it to deliberately show the collision, the outside collision. Um, right, so patrol point. Your patrol point is this one. Does patrol, and what happens after he's done patrol? I'd set this up to do like stop, reverse, loop, or loop. So, and that's how long he waits between each thing. So it's like a roam, but I've hard coded where I want you to roam. But it's patrol instead of it being like an RNG sort of roam. So you will see as he walks, he will walk like that sort of angle. He won't twist. There you go. You see, he's not twisting. He's not. He's not kind of going at like a degree, like a rotation. He's just moving straight. If you want another example, if I make him go up like that and then go back, bang that in as number two. Um, here you go. Told him to start at 0, so start at the first one. There you go. Then he'll go like that. He'll wait a couple of seconds, and then he will move when he feels like it. I guess not. Why is he saying no? Let's see. Patrol. Does patrol. Wait. Oh, what happens? Loop. Loop, loop. Get him to loop. That might be it.
Hey,
So you
you.
might. A couple of seconds after he stayed still. There we go. And then a couple of seconds after he stayed still. There we go. See, sheer movements, like complete 2D rather than angles. And that's it. That's what I've done for this branch. Outside of that, just very quickly, this was the old version 2. So version 1 was an animation blueprint for each enemy, each unique one. Version 2 was, like say, like here we go. Version 1, 20 enemy blueprints, 20 animation blueprints, one for each. Version 2, 20 enemy blueprints, one animation blueprint, one to many. What you're seeing here is one to many. Version 3, what you're seeing now is one animation blueprint, one master animation blueprint to one master enemy blueprint, and children from that enemy blueprint all share that same master. And that master is this, which is this big list of all the different enemies. The master enemy blueprint. I know it's master enemy animation source, but the animation source and the animation blueprint are kind of like left hand, right hand to the same body. So this was version 2. So what's the name of the zombie? Okay, then do uninjured blue, else uninjured green. What's the name of the zombie? Okay, that. And then this is if they're uninjured. And then this is if they're just injured. And then that's if they're injured but not badly injured and not resurrected. And then this is if they're badly injured, not resurrected. And this is if they're resurrected but it was a test. That looks ridiculous. But it worked as a version 2 prototype. Version 3 is look at animation blueprint idle. So remember we were looking at this. here we go, you see on there, I've highlighted it, animation blueprint idle. Then get the combo selection, well, 0 styles because it's split head and he's uninjured, so it's the combo selection is 0. Find 0 animation in this, so it finds right uninjured, split head idle. Play the animation depending on its directionality, whether it's looking left or right. Play it like that, and then that's the animation. You might be wondering why is the directionality, but also I do like relative scale on the sprite. Directionality is for the main character has not that one, has multi-directional sprites. See, I'm calling multi. So we've got up, we've got right, we've got left, we've got up, right, left, enemies. So directionality can be used for that, and I use it for that with multi-directional sequence things. Only thing that have multi-directional sequence right now is the main character, because essentially it's a true left. If you um, look at, let me get an idle, see what I mean. Look at his right leg. So the holster should always be in his right leg. Right leg, right leg, right leg, right leg. Always right leg. Mirroring would have that on his right leg appear on his left leg. You see? So I've had to draw lefts. So left versions of this animation, right versions of this animation. You might not be able to see it, but you can see his little um, pocket on his chest pocket. Go, it stays on his left breast, and it's still on his left, and it's still on his left, and it's still on his left. So mirroring would have that just like that stay on. It would swap sides. So directionality is in for when I eventually make true left sprites rather than flipping them with that relative rotation. When true left sprites are in, um, this this will not be needed because it will just pick the true left. It won't need to do some weird flip of the sprite. It will just pick left sprite rather than right sprite flip and then right sprite flip each time. So yeah, that's the animation blueprint, and there's all the different logic between it, but they're all the same. Death is the same again. Combo selection, get total duration. Um, there's a reason why I did duration on it. I can't remember. Like resurrection, same. Bite, same. All follows the same logic of pick pick the animation blueprint thing. So 0, 1, 2, 3 on all them. So these. Pick one of these. Find the combo selection. Play it. And same again. Do the same again. Play it. Roam and hunt is different because essentially I'm saying there's a flag to say is hunting, and if the enemy has seen you, then it is hunting you. It's moving and hunting, and then it runs the hunt punch. If it's not seen you, so false, it runs the roaming. Remember I said here, if it's found you, it runs this one. If it's lost you, it runs roam. Well, that's the AI controlling it, and this is the animation to that AI. So yeah, it's a combination of the AI blueprint with the behavior tree and everything and the senses, the enemy blueprint and the enemy animation blueprint all work as like three sides to the same thing. That is version 3. NPCs was set up like this. It's massively simplified to this because remember each one of these you go into it, each state machine is like that. Each state, so it was really slow, and now it is just one little nice state machine dynamically picking which one you want. Next, so now I can talk about the next stuff quickly. You will see the animations for the NPCs. If I just get it, yeah, save. You'll see the animations for these. They're going to go crazy, right? Because I've done waypoints and they're all patrol points and they're all going to try and race each other. But look at the animations. You see how smooth they are with the walking. And now look at mine. Look at my main character. It's choppy because I drew my walk animation freehand, not knowing anything, about a year and a half ago. The NPCs were drawn about 4 months ago with me looking at detailed amount of frames, how to do each step, and all that sort of movement um, here. So you see texture NPCs. In July, I drew hundreds of them, and then I drew hundreds of the enemy ones. So this current branch is me overhauling the protagonist, the main character's sprites to look as good as the NPCs. So if I play it one more time, like they have shoot
Hey,
ones, they have shoot ones, walk ones, run ones. Sorry, I pressed the sound button, which is full stop. All that, and it looks way better. So I just want the main character to essentially move like them and just be a bit slicker. Plus, one of these characters, this guy, uh, Richard, if I can get to him, Richard there has an enforcement rifle on his back. You can see enforcement rifle is one of the weapons you can use. So I've drawn sprites for the enforcement rifle being aimed, shot on the back, holstered, unholstered. I'm going to copy and paste those bits of the sprite and dump that in and to create the sprites needed to then create the next weapon. So there's big overhauls going on. That's what I'll be doing in this next branch, and then yeah, the sound effects, extra items, migrate the rest of the widgets and play controller stuff. New music, got like a proper it's like a 78 key piano there, like keyboard, and I've got like an analog to digital going into the PC, so I can use it with like Reaper rather than just using a little MIDI player. I can use that and I can actually play the keys. Do that, and then yeah, just puzzles, extra stuff, more into the game. AI Sense version 3. You saw a bit of the senses today. And then yeah, eventually multi-directional sequences, like we talked about with the directionality for enemies and NPCs. Essentially true lefts. I don't think I'm going to do ups, forwards for the enemies and NPCs, just for your character, I think. Normal maps, so the lighting doesn't look so crazy, and it shines right, and it gets around the edges. Distinct deaths for enemies, yeah, and then eventually it's making more guns, and then it's making the missions, and then it's fleshing out some other stuff, and then eventually it will get to the point where I have a fully functional demo, a narrative demo, an action demo, and then just continues you mean to go on, eventually finish the game. So that's that. Sorry it's been a little while. You can see it's been quite a big time leap between the last few. Normally I do like one every week or two, but these are big pieces of work. This will be another big piece of work because it's a drawing job. It will be hundreds of sprites for the protagonist. Because you've got to remember, I've got to do all the variants. Assault rifle in his hand, handgun, assault rifle on his back, handgun there, handgun in his hands, assault rifle on his back, uh, run, idle, crouch, holster, unholster, death. All that is just for one new gun, not let alone the upgrading everything. Maya, thank you for your time, and I'll hopefully see you in some February sometime.